Hey guys, alright? Welcome everyone. At a school in Mexico, a group of popular girls mocks a student named Mia. Kate pushes Mia into the pool, pretending it was an accident. Kate then argues with three other girls, including Sasha, Mia's stepsister. Sasha tells Kate that Mia is not her sister and leaves. After school, the two girls are driven home by Jennifer, Sasha's mother, and they refuse to tell her what happened. At home, Mia's father, Grant, asks Sasha what happened to his daughter, but she says that nobody at school likes Mia and it's not her fault. Grant is disappointed with Sasha, telling her that she and her sister should take care of each other. Sasha pretends to agree and leaves. The family moved to Mexico because of Grant, who works in underwater cave explorations. During dinner, Grant tries to bring the two sisters closer and shows them a tooth from a great white shark, which was found during a cave expedition. Grant then shows them some photos he took in a newly discovered passage in the caves. Mia is interested in the same things as her father and asks why there are sharks in that cave. Grant doesn't know why but thinks the sharks might have followed other animals like seals and ended up getting lost in the tunnels hundreds of years ago. To get the two girls to spend some time together, Grant and Jennifer suggest they join an excursion the next day to see great white sharks living in their natural habitats. Jennifer says the shark tooth was a clue for the trip. Sasha doesn't like the idea and gets upset because she already planned to go out with her friends. She then gets up from the table and leaves. The next morning, Grant and his two assistants, Ben and Carl, take the two girls to the meeting point for the trip. But at that moment, Alexa and Nicole show up in a car and decide to take Sasha on another trip they had planned before with her. Alexa says they are going to a secret place that no tourist would ever find, not even in a million years, and claims it's a unique opportunity. Sasha gets very excited about the idea, but before leaving with her friends, she goes to talk to Mia. She asks Mia if she wants to ditch that boring trip and go out with her friends. Mia agrees because she knows Kate is also on the excursion and prefers to go with her stepsister and her friends. The four girls then mock Kate, who kept trying to humiliate Mia, and leave. Alexa drives down the road, and the friends have a great time enjoying the beautiful landscapes. Ben, Alexa's boyfriend, mentions a secret lagoon and that he has prepared a party for the girls there. Upon reaching the edge of a cliff, the four are amazed by the incredible view. Instead of following the path they were supposed to, they jump straight into the water. Mia is afraid to jump, so Sasha takes her hand, and they both enter the water together. The shy Mia seems to have a lot of fun with Sasha's friends. The quartet enjoys their time together, saying that it's much better than the school trip to see the great white shark. While relaxing, Nicole finds some diving masks and equipment. Alexa reveals that the lagoon actually leads to a submerged Mayan city where Grant, Ben, and other people are preparing to receive a team of archaeologists who will arrive the following week. All the equipment belongs to them. Mia becomes curious about this, and Alexa reveals that Ben took her there once, and it was amazing. Alexa also says that the place looks like an underground cave with ancient statues, altars, and other crazy things. Surprised by what Alexa experienced, Nicole and Sasha suggest escaping to that place using the available equipment. Mia doesn't like the idea and says that diving in caves is dangerous and they shouldn't take that risk, but the three girls convince Mia that diving would be as easy as riding a bike. The four of them then grab the equipment and prepare to dive. As they jump into the water, Alexa reminds them to check the air gauges to make sure the tanks are full. The devices show everything at 100% oxygen, and the group feels confident. Ready to go, the friends head towards the entrance of the cave, which is at the bottom of a staircase. The group enters a narrow tunnel that eventually leads to an ancient sacrificial chamber. Alexa turns on the light, which was built by Ben's team, and the ruins of an ancient Mayan temple impress the girls. Just as Nicole is about to take the lead, Alexa stops her, telling her to step back and stay behind her. Alexa knows the area well and tells the friends to take one last look at the altar before turning back. They agree. While admiring the ancient sculptures, Nicole sees something moving. Alexa says there is nothing alive in that place and that she shouldn't play around. Nicole ignores the warnings and follows the moving creature. With no choice, Alexa and the sisters follow Nicole. They then see a large Mexican tetra swimming in the temple. The blind fish evolved this way because there is no light in the place, and it can navigate thanks to its heightened senses. Nicole believes this type of fish has never had contact with a human before, and that's why it was trying to hide from them. Suddenly, the tetra swims toward the group and startles Nicole with a high-pitched sound. Afraid, Nicole falls and collapses onto the stone columns. This causes chaos, and the girls end up separating. During the chaos, Mia and Alexa swim to search for the other two and come across Ben, who works in the same area. Mia tries to come up with an excuse for the mess they've made, but Ben asks Mia to calm down. He promises to get the girls out of the temple before Grant finds out. Suddenly, a huge and shadowy creature appears out of nowhere and attacks Ben. He is tragically killed, dropping his equipment and filling the water with blood. The two girls quickly realize that the creature is a giant great white shark, and they flee immediately. On their way out, they reunite with Nicole and Sasha. Alexa tells them what happened to Ben, but Nicole doesn't believe it and says it's time to go back. As they swim near the tunnel, a shark emerges and attacks the four girls. Fortunately, the entrance is small, and the shark can't enter, but the tunnel is starting to collapse due to the falling giant column, and the girls end up trapped inside. Mia suggests going back to look for Ben's equipment, which would lead them to where Grant and Carl are working. They check the oxygen, which has dropped to approximately 40%. Alexa becomes worried about the shark, but Sasha reminds her that the animal is blind. They need to stick together to overcome this before the oxygen runs out. Finally, the girls find the fallen equipment at the bottom of the sea. They hurry to follow the path, hoping to find Grant and Carl. As they swim through the catacombs, the girls come across several human skeletons, and the group realizes that the path ends there. Alexa panics, remembering that the place is a maze. Their oxygen is running out, so they can't risk going further. Sasha reminds them that they can't go back either, and without a choice, they end up moving forward. Suddenly, a shark emerges again, forcing the girls to flee. They tightly hold hands and stay still to avoid the animal's attack. The shark eventually swims away, but unfortunately, one of the oxygen tanks emits a loud sound, attracting the shark back. The group then hides in a nearby cave and finds a grate that saves their lives from the creature's attack. The four girls catch their breath, buying time to think about what to do next. They each have only 20% of air remaining. Suddenly, the friends hear music coming from the water. Mia thinks it's her father because he has the habit of listening to music while working. Mia leaves the girls behind in an attempt to get help. Meanwhile, Carl is working while listening to loud music, and unfortunately, he doesn't notice the shark approaching from behind. In an instant, Carl becomes a victim of the creature, and the emergency alarm goes off as he is attacked. Mia hears the alarm and realizes that the sound is nearby. She heads towards the sound and is shocked to come across Carl's body. Fortunately, she finally finds Grant, and the two set out to find the other girls. When father and daughter reunite with the girls, Mia is saved from an attack thanks to Alexa, who distracts the shark by hitting the flashlight on a column. The group escapes in time, creating some noise around the shark, confusing it and preventing an attack. The five of them manage to reach the surface of the cave. Grant tells the girls about a rope that can carry one person at a time. Alexa is the first to try to climb, but at that moment, two sharks appear out of nowhere. Nicole panics and grabs onto Alexa's rope. Since the rope can only carry one person at a time, it starts to loosen. Alexa is forced to retreat, and Nicole finally reaches the surface. Unfortunately, she accidentally slips and falls back into the water. Due to her screaming and the noise she made when she fell, she becomes the meal of the two hungry sharks. Alexa screams for help and activates a handheld alarm with a high frequency. When Grant tells them to observe that the sharks have left, perhaps scared off by the high-frequency sound of the alarm. Grant explains that since the rope broke, the only way out now is to swim back down, even deeper, to find another exit. This cave has an exit to the ocean, which will lead them out into the open sea. Before the group can move towards the exit, a shark appears and kills Grant, leaving Mia and Sasha devastated. The trio decides to follow what Grant taught them and dive again. The shark approaches, and at that moment, a strong marine current sweeps Sasha away. Her fate is uncertain, and now Alexa has to join the devastated Mia so they can continue. The two begin swimming towards another entrance. When Mia almost gets caught in the current, Alexa manages to grab her back. At the exit, another hungry shark emerges and grabs Alexa from behind, while Mia is pulled by the current. Alexa escapes the shark by removing the air tank, but as she struggles to swim, she eventually drowns. Elsewhere, Mia is being carried away by the current, but Sasha, who is still alive, reaches out to her sister and takes her to a lower current zone. The two decide to swim away from the current and come across another cave, but quickly become the next targets of the hungry shark. As their oxygen tanks run out, the sisters decide to remove them and hold their breath until they reach the surface. The girls then see the excursion boat that they missed at the surface and start swimming towards it, only to realize that this movement is stirring the water and attracting sharks because the men on the boat, unaware of Mia and Sasha, are spilling blood and fish pieces to attract the sharks. Mia and Sasha try to get the attention of the tourists before they are attacked by the animals. Then, Sasha is grabbed by a shark while Mia manages to get on the boat. However, Sasha is saved by Mia, who bravely jumps back into the water and shoots a flare at the shark, causing it to release her sister, who miraculously remains alive. Sasha manages to reach the boat, but this time Mia is dragged by another shark. However, she is still alive in the mouth of the beast and unbelievably manages to escape by piercing one of the shark's eyes with the tooth Grant gave her. She finally swims back towards the boat and finds Sasha, while the crew takes care of the girl's wounds, thus concluding that dreadful nightmare for them.